Hey guys, in today's video, I want to talk about how I use my Lattice training data and Etheria coin in Etheria Restart so that I can feel less broke. Because if they're not fixing the economy, the only way we can do is fix the way we use our resources so that we can feel less broke. We're still kind of broke, but maybe a bit less. First, we're going to go to our inventory, and as you can see, I have 9 perfect Lattice sitting there and 3 evolution Lattice as well. And I've been farming Inferno in the game for quite some time now, and I don't feel the need to upgrade any new character to farm content in the game. So I've been saving perfect Lattice for the next character to come out, and I think Nahor might be my next investment. If I go to the shop, as you can see right here, I don't buy any of the current packs in the game at all. So you can see that the Perfect Lattice pack is still over here because I don't feel the need to buy that. The Lattice that I buy are always in the exchange shop. I think the goal of every player is to maximize everything you can buy in the exchange shop, including the summon shop. So I will buy this one over here whenever I summon for Nahor. I'll also try to buy out the arena shop as well as the summit arena shop. That's going to give me more perfect Lattice. And in other shop, I wish they make this shop free to play, man. Like, what is this shit? Okay, in every game that I play, they have the crafting building for like lower tier model, even the mythic model. But here, you literally just cannot earn this currency, which is very, very strange to me. What I hope to see in the future is going to be a shell shop. So you also farm in the shell dungeon, and it will drop material for you to craft shell. Hopefully, it will ease the RNG and farming shell. I don't know if they ever plan to do that. And of course, to get more Lattice, you have to apply the game. So everything like Ember Track to the current event to Ethernet Rally, you can always try to go for the Lattice box in here. Every single event, I think there's going to be an option for you to go with the gem, the summon, or the Lattice. I always ignore the gem and the summon. I always go for the Lattice option in every single event that I can get my hands on. And for me to farm content in the game, I do have to skill up my character. For example, my Rosa is max skill 2 and max skill 3 for the best damage output. My Messiah is max skill 3, but none upgraded in skill 1 and 2. My Shadow Sanya is max skill 1, but none of the other. My Holden is max skill 1 or almost max skill 1 and a bit in skill 3 as well. My Linglo is max skill 1 and max skill 3. I don't think you have to max skill 3, but I use Linglo way too often to not build her while I have a lot of Lattice. And those are actually all the SSR characters that I decide to invest in. I could actually take some Lattice out of Holden right now if I can, and take a bit more out of Celine's, take a bit more out of Tsukiyomi, and I can still do pretty fine in other content I'm doing right now. I do want to build Freya. I really want to build Freya skill 1 right here to get the speed, but because I don't really feel the need to compete crazy in RTA or Arena right now, I don't plan to invest into Freya just yet. But other than that, what I want to say is you don't invest further than you need to in these characters so that you can farm in the game. Not every SSR require you to max out every single skill. I actually have 0 SSR that I invest into all the skill. So you don't need 555 for every character. Most of the time, you're probably going to need 511 or 115. And to keep that thought process to the future banner, when you pull a new SSR character, please don't max them out, or don't think that you need to max every single character for them to be usable. Like Messiah, I use Messiah in every single thing I need in the game when I need him. PvP, Doki Doki, in Shell Dungeon, in whatever, Arena, Guild content, RTA. But I don't feel the need to max out the skill 1, even though it can definitely help me with damage output. But I don't plan to do that anytime soon, because I feel like the biggest improvement in every single turn-based gacha game is to build your support character properly. So my Linglo got the priority. She get more speed, she get more healing, she get more cooldown reduction in her skill. She's been such an incredible character in my box that investment in her has not been a waste at all. And I don't plan to build anything that I don't use, okay? If, let's say, Tsukiyomi can function with very minimal skill up, I did put a bit more into her skill 3, but if she can function without skill up, then she won't be skill up. And the same goes for every other SSR in my box. I will only build them when I actually really need them, or I can actually build them properly. Okay, don't dump random Lattice into random character thinking that, ooh, I'm gonna put a bit here, a bit there, and then suddenly you have nothing to build. Next up is going to be Etheria coin. And I have right now 1 million, which is pretty much nothing in this economy. Like you can blow that away in 5 seconds. However, let me talk about how I upgrade my module, and you can probably save a whole lot of Etheria coin in the future. So the first set on your character, the very first set that allow you to build your character properly is going to be shit. Okay, if you look at, let's say, the accuracy module that I have for Swift Rush, for example, which is one of the most important thing for support character in the early game, and all of them, they have zero speed on the substat, which is ridiculous by my standard in other game. But I had to upgrade them. I have to use them, and because the majority of your stat will come from completing the set and also from the shell, which there's less RNG in the shell, right? If you upgrade the shell to max, you get very good stat. And if you can get the sub bonus, then it's going to be crazy. But if you maxed out the shell and you complete the set bonus like Swift Rush and Time Weave, for example, you get to a very decent amount of stat. So the first set of gear on every single character is going to be very bad in terms of substat. And that is totally fine. And you have to do that. You have to max them out to actually progress in the game. So for the first set, don't feel bad when you have to max out these very, very bad effect accuracy with absolutely garbage substat roll. It's gonna be fine. And you have to use them. You're gonna feel good about it. However, the moment you have confirmed your farming team, you have been farming for a while with the bad substat roll in your gear, you can now raise your bar so much higher. So in this game, there's not really like a gradual increase in standard in terms of gear that you keep and sell like other game. For example, in other game, I would love to speed check anything that have 2 substat in there to see if I can improve in speed. But in this game, it is so expensive that even doing speed check on triple substat piece is very expensive. So the moment you have built your team and they're functioning in a way or two, okay, even with like yellow gear, it's gonna be fine. The moment you have built your team with the shitty gear that you get from the early game or the one piece that you build because you had to, you will now raise your bar very, very high. There's no compromise for mediocrity in this game. So what I do is I'll go and recycle everything with 2 sub attribute. I am not joking. Everything, including thing with speed, it is going away. And for every 3 sub attribute without speed, you can go down here, click on sub attribute and take away the speed. They are also going away. You can see that I have so little pieces with 3 sub attribute without speed right here because they're all gone now. It is so expensive to even find the first line that you can see right here. Like there's no way this is going anywhere anytime soon. So they're going away as well. The only thing that I feel decent, okay, to upgrade is any 4 sub attribute with speed in them. Then they can start getting upgraded. However, right now, I only want to upgrade pieces that is going to be Swift Rush or Time Weave or damage pieces with very good crit rate, crit damage, and attack. So your standard in this game must be extremely high the moment you have completed your farming team. There's no middle ground. There's no like, ooh, let's check here a bit, let's check there a little bit. No, it's just impossible in this game. So my plan moving forward is that I'll be spending a whole lot of energy into Doki Doki Inferno during this double drop weekend, and I'm going to only speed check the Swift piece with speed in it. And the moment you go twice without seeing speed increase, that thing is going away as well. And the same will go for my damage dealer piece, okay? So when you go here and you go to recycle, you want to check for 4 substat with crit rate and crit damage or crit rate and attack bonuses, and you start looking at them. If they're not in the right piece, let's say death bonus on a cure set with crit rate and attack bonus, that is also not really going anywhere. I think that's what the dev intend to do. They intend you to not upgrade the majority of the shit that you farm. Like 95% that you farm is going to be garbage. And you're going to sell that and you will not feel the need for coin because you are not upgrading anything unless it's looking very, very perfect. So for example, for my Messiah, for my one piece Kenai right here, it has very good speed on them. This one has very whatever, and this one having very whatever. So the next one I'm going to upgrade for Kenai got to be crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, and speed in there. Or maybe without speed and maybe effect resist. Because the moment you go into effect resist 1 or twice, then it's going to cost a whole lot to go up and up to level 15. So it's gonna be a very, very long battle with RNG to find the right piece so that you can start upgrading. And that's the only way for you to have a whole lot of coin is that you are going to sell 95% of the shit that you're going to farm after you have completed your farming team. And lastly is going to be training data. And what I want you guys to do is to stop re-rolling until you get the red speed, because that is just very unhealthy for your account. What you want to do is you need to start building up your shell roster, because if you only have 5 shell, the game is going to punish you very hard. In this game, they require you to run different shell for different scenario. For example, my Messiah and my Rosa are running Revelation for farming in Doki Doki. However, in other content where you want to do explosive damage, you will switch to like Count or White Fang for more big damage immediately, and not Revelation, for example. Revelation is still very, very good though. And for other content, you might need Artisan to survive. But then in certain boss content, you want to cut in between, you want to go with Gigabyte. Or the boss is going to stun you, silence you, you want to go with Alicorn. Or your Linglo in Aurora is going to be running Supernova, but outside of Aurora, you want to be running Faustimo for more consistent healing. So you will need many different kind of shell to do different kind of content in the game. And you can see that they're trying to make you guys do content that require you to build more character to fit different purposes. And ultimately, if you just keep re-rolling shell after you have built like 3 shell, you're gonna be stuck in re-rolling hell forever unless you are very lucky. But if you have a wide variety of shell, at least you can attempt to do different content and try out things. And upgrading shell is one of the least RNG thing. Upgrading, okay? I'm not talking about reconfiguration. I'm talking about upgrading shell is one of the most important thing that everybody can do to improve the stat on their character. There's no RNG with improving the basic attribute of the shell. Everyone can farm an entire day in the shell dungeon and get absolutely nothing. But if you just have one good template, one good shell with the right substat, or no, not substat, with the right set to improve your character. Let's say this Halloween with Swift Rush and Time Weave, you upgrade it, and now you have much better stat in your character. And the same can go for Codex, Artisan, or Gigabyte. The moment you find the right template, you upgrade it to max, and everybody can at least max out 1 shell per day. So right now, I know a lot of you guys have like 3 to 5 shell, and you start re-rolling until no tomorrow. You want the perfect passive effect, but it's just not gonna work out that way. You have to accept that yellow is okay, purple is also okay. And that's gonna help you go far because you have the shell maxed out right now, and it's gonna give you stat, and you have option to build different kind of character. And then when you have really settled down with your farming team and you really don't need to max out another shell for a different purpose, then you start rerolling. You try to go for the red speed because that is just the end game, right? I have like 5 red speed right now, and that have costed me so much. And the rest are just rocking purple and yellow. And I'm okay with that. I'm still doing fine the content, the game. I'm still rocking in PvP. I'm still doing okay in the Inferno farming. Not having the super perfect shell, they will not stop you from playing the game. So instead of going into reroll hell and just go crazy, build more shell, okay? Just build more shell. So what I'm doing right now is I'm building up a wider variety. I just finished build up Amber. I want to build this Artisan with Bramble Bloodbath so that I can survive in turn 2. I also want to build a Lighthouse as well. I haven't built any single one of that. I also want to build 1 Dark Moon, which is my next goal right there. So my next goal is going to be maybe a Dark Moon with triple time weave right there. Looks very, very beautiful. And I want to build a Lighthouse with potentially Bloodbath and something else. And that's gonna help me to build all the character that my guild will require me to. So triple bloodbath right there for my lighthouse, even though they are not inferno quality. But the moment you can step into any of these content and you farm a new inferno piece, you're not gonna feel broke because now you have an underdeveloped non-inferno shell that you can immediately imprint into your inferno piece. Because the problem is, you get a new Inferno piece, but you've been re-rolling in your Codex of Magic for 20,000 years. You don't have the resources to build your Inferno piece immediately. You feel stressed out. Don't do that, okay? Build out your wide variety of shell and re-roll when you have settled down with your farming team. I think that's going to be so much better for your mental health. And doing that has been a blessing to me because I can build so many things. I can try out new combos, and I've been having a lot of fun. And rerolling just make me very, very mad. I will have to reroll at some point, but maybe not yet. But that's it for me, guys. Let me know in the comments if you have any crazy tips for managing your resources, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.